things getting exposed in your life, things that you feel that you might have been for you, that you look up now and you realizing that season passed and it's no longer for you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us have a hard time. A lot of us have a hard time with detaching ourselves with things that was seasonal. You know what I'm saying? And when something is seasonal, you know what I'm saying? When that season is up, it's hard for you to take it and hold it and let it go. You know what I'm saying? Because that's over. And if you don't let it go, when the season is up on it, you know what I'm saying, then it'll start to deter. It'll cause a problem in your life. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason it starts to cause a problem, and start to cause chaos in your life, is because you won't turn it loose. And when you turn it loose, you'll see that it ain't as hard as you thought it would. It ain't as bad as you thought it was gonna be. But look, check this out. It's a scripture. She said she got divorced. Did that. Hey, double tap the screen if you just got here. Hey, look, check this out. It's a scripture. When it said his grace is sufficient, you know what I'm saying? His strength is made perfect in our weakness. And that's the scripture I want to hit. Hold on one second. What up, though? What you got going on? But look, check this out. It said his grace is sufficient and his strength is made perfect in our weakness. I'm going to say it again. It said, what's up, Tori? It said his grace is sufficient and his strength is made perfect in our weakness. In that scripture right there, listen to me. In that scripture right there, Paul was asking the Most High to remove the thorn that was in his flesh. They don't know what the thorn was. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what your thorn is right now. I don't know if your thorn is your job. I don't know if your thorn is a friendship. I don't know if it's a relationship. I don't know if it's something. I don't know if it's anxiety. I don't know if it's stress. I don't know if it's depression. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's something that's been troubling your heart, something that's been troubling your mind, something that you don't have an understanding of, something that you've been praying about over and over, and it seems like that he ain't giving you an answer, something that you've been asking him to remove from your life over and over. It might be something that's done showed back up in your life that you done prayed out before, and now it's done popped back up, and now that it's done popped back up, you done attach yourself back to the situation, and now that you done attach yourself back to the situation, you praying and asking him to remove it again. I don't know what your thorn is. I don't know what it is you feeling. I don't know what it is you going through. I don't know what it is that's troubling you. But this is what I do know for sure. And one thing for sure, two things for certain. It's Paul asked the Most High to remove the thorn from his flesh. It said he asked the Most High to remove it 3 times. After him asking him to remove it 3 times, the Most High told him he wasn't. The Most High told him he wasn't finna remove the thorn from his flesh. Just imagine something that you feel that is troubling you, something that you feel that's got you going through, something it's affecting you. It's affecting your creativity. It's affecting your attitude. It's affecting how you move. It's affecting things that you're trying to do in life. And then the Most High tell you, I can't remove it. I'm not going to remove it. Listen, it was certain things in the old life that it just felt like I couldn't turn loose. Certain memories, certain friends, it was certain things I just felt like it was so hard for me to turn loose. And that's learning that how hard it was for me to it started affecting me. And I'm asking him to remove that. And get what? Some of the stuff you asking him to remove in this season, you need it. That's crazy, ain't it? Some of the stuff that you asking him to remove, you need it. You know why you need it? Because it's going to keep you humble. It's some things right now you asking him to remove that's keeping you humble. It's keeping you humble because guess what? It keep bringing you to him. But see, sometimes, look, he takes something away from you, and then all of a sudden, you ain't praying as much as you used to. You're not leaning on him as much as you used to. You don't feel like you need him. And the very thing that you ask him, you hold on because it's keeping you humble. That humility gonna go away as soon as he remove it. And guess what? We can prove it. How many times you prayed that he sent somebody in your life, and when you pray, and after you got the one thing that you wanted in your life, you quit going before him. You quit asking him for direction. You quit asking him for guidance. You quit asking him for instructions. Soon as you got the one thing, you turn your back and you quit leaning on him. Soon as you got it. How many times you done prayed for a job? You got the job, and soon as that, and after you thanked him for the job, you quit talking to him about the job. You don't quit asking for elevation. You don't quit asking for promotion until what? Until what? Until you got sick of the job. When you got sick of the job, then you start going back and hollering at him. Now you want to go talk to him. Once you got the job, you forgot who helped you get the job. It's that thing that's in is something that's keeping you humble. And that's why he said, my grace is sufficient. My strength is made perfect in your weakness. The very thing that you feel that is making you weak, the very thing that you feel is got you taking a blow. He said, get what? I'm going to use what you think is making you, it's perfect in me though. You know the Most High sitting up there strong. This is what he had to tell me for the people that's new on my live real quick. And I'll repeat it until I take my last breath. When I went to prison for special aggravated robbery, special aggravated kidnapping, and first degree premeditated murder, 3 counts of felony murder, and then on top of that, caught the escape charge. And then I went through prison and did all the stuff that I did in prison after being in the cell. My brother beating him up and almost killing him. Then going to another prison where my daddy was, leaving that prison, going to another prison where my uncle was. Listen to me. And all of that, do you think I could see it was some purpose in that? Huh? Do you think I could see it was some purpose in all of that? And then on top of that, I'm sitting in here because somebody done lost their life. I'm sitting in here trying to make sense of why the Most High chose to keep me when I know for a fact I was the worst of the worst. And then look. I'm asking, how do I come home? What is it going to look like when I come home? You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? When you get over something, when you forgive yourself for something, that don't mean the other people done let go and forgave you. They can say they have, but that don't mean, listen, that was a thorn in my flesh. That was remove that from me. Remove that from me. And everything I'm asking him to remove from me, do you know how many people told me, you might well quit telling your story. You trying to tell me to quit testifying. That's the problem right off the top. You trying to tell me quit giving honor and glory and praise to the Most High. Well, then let me pump your brakes right there. But see, I couldn't understand it. Do you know how many places I done went to and they told me, maybe you just need to go and get therapy. Who said that? He is my therapist. Go through the scripture and tell you he's my counselor. If he my counselor, then what you talking about, you trying to deter me from the path. Do you know how many times people told me, you ain't going to be able to heal up and get to a better place if you keep reiterating and talking about, listen, whoa. The thorn in my flesh was for me to keep talking about it. It was for me to keep bringing it up. At first, I didn't understand it. I wanted him to remove it from me because, if for one, it was making me feel. My heart was callous. When he said, take this heart of stone and turn it into a heart of flesh, my heart was callous. So at the time, I'm asking the Most High to remove this stuff from me. He was allowing me to feel. And if he allowing you to feel, you need to trust the process in that. Because some people have got to a place where they telling themselves over and over and over and over, I don't care. You keep trying to say that, and that's you trying to keep from looking and feeling that thorn that's in your flesh. That's what I realized about myself. Some people trying to drink till they can't feel the thorn no more. Some people smoke until they feel like they can't feel the thorn no more. Some people pop pills until they feel like they can't feel the thorn no more. Some people deal with it with lust. Some people watch porn. Some people have sex over no. It's a lot of stuff that people do that they try to do to keep from having to feel the thorn. I don't know what it is you try to do to get away from feeling or looking at yourself in the mirror and feeling. I don't know what it is. I don't know what your thorn is. But it's so many people that don't trust the process. You don't deal with your emotions properly. You use things and use people to help you not have to look in the mirror and face. Me, I go to the gym in the penitentiary and play ball all the time. Sometimes that kept me from having to deal with myself. I can go out there and I can play cards and that keep me from having to deal with myself. So many people be asking the Most High to clear the noise out of their ear. The reason he can't clear the noise is because you keep going to it. You keep going to the noise because you don't like the silence. Because when you in the silence, you got to reflect and think about some things. You got to hold yourself accountable. You got to look in the mirror. And some people hate to look in the mirror. You don't want, listen. The only thing that's holding you back is you. You claiming you want a better relationship, you want to get married, you want this and you want that. But guess what's holding you back from getting it? You know what your problem is. You don't want to face you. And if you can't face you, you're not dealing with your problems. You're not dealing with bad habits. You're not dealing with that character flaw that you got within you. And guess what you doing? You running around doing everything that you doing and you hiding. That's what you doing. You hiding. And then the Most High trying to look, I see you. You pray and pray and pray and pray. And then you asking him to remove stuff. You asking him to remove something that's really keeping you humble. Because you keep having to go and holler at him. And then so I got to a place and I said, you know what? All of this ain't so bad. Because if we believe in the scripture, if you believe in the scripture, I believe in the scripture, and we both believe in the scripture, then the only thing we got to go do is look at the scripture in Joseph, one of the famous scriptures everybody like to quote. What does it say? What does it say? It said, what the enemy meant for evil, the Most High turned it and used it for good. Then you quote the most important part. He said, in order for many people's lives to be saved. Listen to me. You go through what you go through, just like Joseph. You got to feel everything that you got to feel, just like Joseph. You got to take the crosses, just like Joseph. And this is what we can't see. When Joseph sit in that prison, you can most certainly believe my man dealt with doubt. My man dealt with depression. My man dealt with anxiety. My man dealt with stress. His brothers threw him in the pit. Do you think when he sit in that pit, he was able to sit there and just be okay about that? How many times your family done stabbed you in the back, lied to you, did some stuff that you they ain't got no business doing, and you was able to sit there and just rub it off like nothing happened to you? It just ain't possible. Just imagine your blood brothers throwing you into a pit, getting ready to kill you at that. How many people feel like sometimes your family trying to kill you? It don't have to be physically. Your family kill you every day when they tear you down, when they talk about you, when they don't encourage you, when they don't pour into you, when they tell you everything that you can't be instead of everything that you can be, when they tell you everything that you can't do instead of everything that you can do. Your family tear you down and kill you every day. And when they don't encourage you to be who the Most High called you to be, instead they give you everything and tell you everything that you. Listen to me, let me tell you something. Do you not understand how Joseph might have felt when he got through into that ditch? When he got through into that hole? Dude, just imagine. Then when he get out of there, they sell him off. Listen to me. Family do it all the time. But let's just reflect on the scripture where he said, what the enemy meant for evil, the Most High turned it and used it for good. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you. That thorn in your flesh, the enemy trying to get you to focus on the thorn in a negative perspective. He trying to get you to focus on the thorn as if the thorn is keeping you from prospering. The thorn is keeping you from going forward. The thorn is keeping you from seeing the process when the Most High saying, no. You looking at the thorn from the wrong perspective. I'm going to turn that anxiety, that depression, that situation that happened. You know what I'm saying? Your predicament, your circumstances, whatever your situation is, I'm going to turn it. You just got it in the wrong perspective. And then so many people get mad at the Most High, get upset with the Most High, get impatient with the Most High when you don't follow the steps. Listen to me. You don't follow the steps in order for the Most High to make it work. And then you want to blame him for it. You get halfway through the process and tap out of the process. You don't do that at your job, do you? When they train you at the job, you learn every single step. In order for what? In order for you to do your job. Because if you go through the training and you only get half of the training, guess what the job gonna do to you? The job gonna get rid of you and tell you they don't need you, because guess what? You don't know how to do it. Listen, you mad at the Most High when you get halfway through it and now you scared to face yourself and now you quit following the footsteps and now you want to blame him. Hold on now, wait a minute. Now wait a minute. You didn't follow the footsteps in order for you to be. You ain't follow the footsteps. So when I sit back, listen to me, when I sit back and I look at my life, Many people told me, listen, when many people were telling me, just leave that alone. You don't talk about that. Don't talk about this. Don't talk about that. And I said, no. Wait a minute. I said in Matthew, I know for a fact in Matthew in the word, it says that. He said, we the light. He said, we the salt. He said, if the salt it loses its flavor, he said, it's no longer good for nothing. He said, if you the light and you cover, he said, if we are to be a light and we covering the light, then nobody can see it shine. And he said, let your light shine. He said, let your light shine so that the people may see and glorify who? The Most High. I said, now wait a minute. I said, so. Then you go to Revelation. Then you go to Revelation. What it say? He said, listen, what's up, chat? And then look, then you go to Revelation, what my guy said, you know what I'm saying? Hold on. I listen, let me commercial break me, please. I love the word. Let me tell you why I love the word real quick before I keep going. I love the word because I watched the word come alive in my life. I watched the word manifest in my life. Appreciate that. You always looking good yourself. I watched the word manifest in my life. So it frustrates me when people get frustrated with the Most High when they talk about his word, when they talk about it ain't this, when they talk about it ain't that, when they say it's not, it don't work, it this and that. Listen, I watched it manifest in my life. I've seen it do what it do. I'm not delusional. I'm not crazy. I watched it manifest in my life. But the only reason I've seen it manifest is because when I am obedient, I follow the steps. When I followed the process and did what he told me to do, it worked. It worked. I'm going to say it one more time. It worked. Every time I followed the footsteps. Every time. It said we overcome, but let me get back to the word. It said we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. I'm going to say it one more time. It said we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. Going back to the scripture I started with, it was a thorn in Paul's flesh. He wanted them to remove it. He answered 3 times, said he wasn't going to remove it. He said his grace is sufficient and his strength is made perfect in his weakness. Then I'm going to jump back to the other scripture when he told Joseph, when he said, what the enemy meant for evil, he turned it and used it for good in order for many people's lives to be saved. What it is that you dealing with, what it is that you going through, whatever it is that you feeling, is purpose in that. And it's purpose in that. Happy birthday, sis. Even though I called and blessed you with the lungs this morning. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get to finish blessing you with the lung because it was your ponytail was in the way. I was a little concerned in why, y'all hold on real quick, because my sister's my heart, you know what I'm saying? My sister, my heart, that's my best friend, you know what I'm saying? I can call and talk to her about anything. I'm grateful for you, Brittany, you know what I'm saying? Now, listen, I'm grateful for you for so many reasons, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know if I ever said this to you, or I'm gonna say it right now, you know what I'm saying? It ain't never been a time you ain't answered the phone for me, you know what I'm saying? It ain't never been a time, regardless of what was going on, you sit on that phone and listen to me for hours, man, and you the one person in the world. You the one person in the world that I know for a fact, you know what I'm saying? If I pick that phone up and I got something going on, or I'm feeling some type of way, you know what I'm saying? I know you're going to be there, you know what I'm saying? I got to thank, and I thank the Most High for your heart. I thank the Most High for your spirit. I thank the Most High for your patience. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a lot of people like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's a blessing to have a sibling like that. You know what I'm saying? Brittany, and you're a great mom. You know what I'm saying? You're a great sister. You know what I'm saying? I know you're a great daughter when our mama allow you to be a great daughter. You know what I'm saying? I know Tim appreciates you. I know everything attached to you. Everything attached to you, everything that you touch. I know I know you appreciate it. And you know what I'm saying? In this moment right here, I just want to let you know what I'm saying? You my baby sister, man, and I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? I've been home 5 years, and I know for a fact, if it's one person that I can look at and say, hey, they've been in my corner You most definitely been in my corner. You ain't gonna ride. Listen, let me tell you something else about my sister. You not appreciate this. She gonna correct me if I'm wrong. And even if she don't agree with what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, she gonna say she don't agree with that. My sister is very protective of my spirit. My sister is very protective of the calling on my life, and that's a beautiful thing, because that's something that I pray about all the time. You know, to be connected to the right people that has my calling and my purpose. You know what I'm saying? Has the best interest for that. I don't want nobody to try to pervert that or. And my sister is big on that. Like, she see what the Most High trying to do through me. You know what I'm saying? So she always pushing me. You know what I'm saying, to be better when it come to that right there. So you know what I'm saying? I tip my hat to my sister, man. It's a happy birthday. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying? I seen your Snapchat before I got on here. I'm grateful that the Most High told you to go get your hair done and get yourself together, because the ponytail this morning was it was different. I think but I love you. You know, you keep being great. You gonna always be great, man. You know what I'm saying? Them kids and everything that you touch gonna be great, man. And you know what I'm saying? And that's in the name of Yeshua, who we know as Jesus the Christ. You know what I'm saying? Blessing. But look, check this out. Back to what I was saying. He said, listen, he said, we overcome by the blood and the word. He said, we overcome by the blood and the word of our testimony. Then he said, his grace is sufficient and his strength is made perfect in our weakness. And then like I said, when you go to Joseph, he said, what the enemy meant for evil, he turned it and used it for good. What I come to understand is, this is what I came to understand. Everything that I went through had a purpose. Everything that I felt had a purpose. Everything that I seen had a purpose. Everything. That's why he said all things work together for the good. I had to step back and say, okay, how do I use this? How do I use this? Because if your strength is made perfect, guess what? I'm not going to be ashamed of the things that I did, of the things that I went through, of the things that I said. Because if it's a purpose in it, then you're able to use it. You said my weakness. You said your strength. It's perfect. My weakness is perfect in you, because you the strong one. And so by the time I got to that place, guess what I was able to do? I was able to be transparent the way I am. I was able to talk about things, and when people hear me talk about it, they say, I can't believe he said that. But when they say I can't believe he said that, 9 times out of 10, it's something that they dealt with. It's something that they done been through. And then they hit me up in private and say, I'm glad you said that, because that happened to me. I'm glad you said that because I experienced that. I'm glad you said that because now I know I need to start speaking up on them situations. It's too much power in too many of us. It's so much power in all of us. But guess what so many of us do? So many of us are hiding. So many of us are still lying to ourselves. And so many people are in denial, because the way society has shaped itself, society has told you to shut up. Society has told you to keep your mouth closed. Society has told you not to expose your wounds, because every time you have exposed your wounds to the world and not to the Most High, every time that you expose your wounds to the world, guess what the world did? The world turned around and poured salt on the wound. So it made you feel like you couldn't speak on it. It made you feel like I'm better off keeping it to myself. It made you feel like it's better off for me to keep it covered, because as soon as I uncovered it, it seemed like more pain came to me. But let me tell you something about the Most High. Let me tell you. That's what's up. That's what's up, Tori. But let me tell you something about the Most High. When you give it to the Most High, it ain't nobody that can, listen to me. It can't nobody snatch the power from you. Can't nobody make you feel no type of way. Can't nobody make you feel ashamed when you giving it to the Most High. Because once I done gave it to him, get what? A human, a man, a woman, ain't got no heaven or hell to put me in. He said, don't fear the person that can destroy the body. He said, you fear the person that can destroy the soul and the body. So when I tell you, when he said, what the spirit of the Most High, he said, there is liberty. But it's too many people that ain't been liberated, because you still hiding. You still got to keep it to yourself. You got the thorn in your flesh in the wrong perspective. The thorn that you carrying, you keeping it covered. You keeping it on the down low. You keeping it from getting, because you so worried about what people gonna say and what people gonna do and how this gonna look and how that's gonna look. You dealing with it on your own. And the whole time he said, my grace is sufficient. It's made, my grace is sufficient. You ain't letting the grace be sufficient. You ain't letting the grace be sufficient. I'm so thankful for where I'm at in life right now. It don't make no sense. Everything ain't all peaches and cream and perfect, but one thing for sure, two things for certain, I know I'm covered. And that's really all I wanted to say. You know what I'm saying? That's all I wanted to say. I wanted to get on here and say that real quick. You know what I'm saying? That's all I wanted to get on here and say. It's a blessing. If you ain't been in your word, get in your word. If you ain't been in your word, be in your word. If you ain't been talking to him, go talk to him. You know what I'm saying? And trust the process. Just trust the process and what you feeling. You know what I'm saying? Just like when you in a relationship, listen, when you in a relationship and you feeling like the person that you dealing with ain't recognizing that your feelings are valid, quit treating the Most High like that. He understands that everything you feel is valid, and he gonna allow you to feel it. He gonna allow you to feel it. Trust the process. He gonna allow you to feel it. He is not a human. But yeah, that's all I had to say. I'm finna go to my YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I got a story I gotta finish up on my YouTube from yesterday. Man, y'all be blessed. I had to get on here and drop that on you real quick. I'm gonna put it up on my YouTube. I'm gonna put this video up on my YouTube. So if you missed it, if you just now getting on here, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put this video up on my YouTube. So if you want to hear it, you can go to my YouTube, and it'll be up on my YouTube in the morning. Man, y'all be blessed. Y'all hold it down. I'm out of here, guys. I ain't doing no challenges right now. I ain't a battler.